Hi there, this is H. Victoria Hargro Atkerson. I'm an author and a writer. I now have 5 books in publication, and the latest one is Enslaved. It just came out a couple of months ago, so be sure to get a copy. It's great reading for you. Now, at our last broadcast, we talked about writing readiness. When is a person ready to start writing or to assume the adventure, the career of being a writer? Well, it is an interesting topic, and we talked the last time about claiming your space. Where in your house can you write? Where in the world can you write? I mean, some people write in coffee shops, some in hotel rooms, all over. So, but if you're like me, you write at home, you need to find a space that's not used that you can turn into your sanctuary. So, look at that tape if you didn't get it. It was the one just before this one. Now, today we're going to talk about something different. That's your schedules. Because one of the biggest complaints I get from beginners is that they don't have the time. So I want to tell you in the beginning, this is something you have to commit yourself to. So it's important that writing takes priority for you in your schedule. Now, there's a lot of time we are busy. We have many things to do. Many of you work 8 hours a day, and you need 8 hours sleep. So that's what, 16 hours out of 24-hour days. But I'm gonna walk you through it. So you have worked, and going back and forth to work, that's another, let's give yourself 2 hours, an hour there, an hour back. That brings you up to 18 hours a day. Okay, and you get home from the afternoon, you talk about chores around the house you have to do. You have to do homework, you have to get dinner on the table, you have to feed your kids. All that's important. So you want to make sure you add that in. It comes up to 21 hours a day. So you have 3 hours a day to use if you choose to do that. Now you can watch TV, which many of us do, because especially for me, I like to watch Scandal and Designated Survivor and Grey's Anatomy and all those great stories. I love to watch them. But what I learned to do is to tape them. That way I can look at them while I'm baking bread or while I'm preparing dinner or just having a cup of coffee sitting down. So many things you can do with that 3 hours a day. But I find just within my schedule, I look at, you have most of the day on Saturday and Sunday. Fridays and Saturday is usually not much going on in the TV land. So if you want to schedule, a very easy way to do it is schedule Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as your writing days, because those are, usually you don't watch TV. Well, at least I don't watch TV because there's not much that I'm interested in, and I'm just using myself as an example. But you find those days where those 3 hours a day that you have, once you work, go back and forth to your job, whether it's on a train or driving or whatever, give yourself that hour each way to do that. And then your dinner preparation and helping with homework, if you're working or if you have children, 3 hours. So for that process. And then normally there's about 3 hours a day that you can use recreationally. Now, if you don't have a this is crazy. I'm a romance novelist, remember, so how you want to spend that time is up to you. But be sure to include your spouse in that. If you need a date night, please plug that in. Do not neglect your mate. So, but if you look at your schedule, you'll have 3 hours a day during the week, or you can do 3 hours on Monday, 3 hours on Friday, and then the weekend you can do most of your writing during that time. Or you can just watch TV Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which are my big TV watching time, because I love Scandal and all those wonderful stories. But use that time wisely and just think of your 24 hours, how you're going to best use that time. Even if you don't use the whole 3 hours on your project, do an hour, maybe doing doing one of those days, and do the principal amount of your homework, your writing on Saturdays and Sundays. Find a quiet time you can do that, but you need to schedule in your family time, your chores, your church if you go to church on Sundays. Those things need to be structured so that when you do choose to set up a schedule, you can commit yourself to it because you thought it out and you made that time purposeful for you. And you're telling your family, during this time, Saturdays and Sundays, I'll be writing. During this time, Mondays and Friday, I'll be writing. And then maybe during the week, you can socialize any way you want, whether it's Monday through Friday or like me, I watch TV Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's when the hot shows are on, okay? So try that. See what you can do with it. And another way to save time, I always like to do my shopping because I'm not a real big shopper. I do most of my shopping like 3 months at a time. I buy wholesale and I buy everything I need. Something is like toilet tissue. For God's sake, everybody needs toilet tissue. So why buy 2 or 3 rolls? Buy a case. I mean, it just saves you time. Try to spend as much time not doing those ordinary things that take up so much of your time. Try not to stop at the store on your way home from work. Things of that sort will eat up your time, whether you know it or not. Just standing in line, for God's sake, takes forever. You don't want to spend your time that way. If you want to concentrate on writing and using your time constructively, then you really should look at your schedule, write it down on a piece of paper, write it down and post it on your refrigerator if you don't have a bulletin board, so you can see the cycle of your time and how you're using your time. Evaluate your time just like we did your household. Look at when we look at all the space inside to see where you can write, whether it's at the kitchen table, the bed, or wherever in your house that you want to do that. So look at your time and use it wisely and enjoy the process. But you have to remember, you're not a writer until you write. So it is imperative that you make the commitment to the task. And then enjoy it, because it's a wonderful, wonderful process. And I guarantee you, the world is going to be richer for it, because if you're going to write from your heart, you're going to talk about things that really mean something to you. So enjoy it and have a great day. Now, before you go, though, don't let me forget to tell you this one. Be sure to look up my books. I wanted to just tell you a little bit about the characters in this book, because when we talk about writing, we always think about what can I write about, and that's another topic we're going to be discussing. But this is just a quick introduction to that next process. Look at something simple like in this book that I took. That's one of the things that fascinated me, was culture shock, because I did live out of the country for a few years. So it was a process just trying to get accustomed to what was going around me, and to get accustomed to not living without a refrigerator, things of that sort, okay? So I tackled that in this book from a different perspective, of course, but, the culture shock was there. A person in this book who spent time in America for the first time doing ordinary, everyday things. It's different when you're visiting a country recreationally, but when you're living in a place, it's quite different. So take a look at this book. Culture shock is one of the silent characters in this book. And it's one aspect of writing that I love to do, to bring in interesting topics that fascinate me, but they don't dominate the book, okay? But take a look at Stones Along the Path. This is a wonderful, wonderful love story, and you're going to love it. I'm writing part 3. It's so good because people are asking about it. So you take care, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay? Now, you have a great day, and love to you.